Alrighty, Steeler Nation, welcome back to Steelers Nation Australia, and also welcome back to Steelers Dynasty podcast, where we are a few French toast weeks away, about 2 or 3 weeks away from the draft. I'm about, I think, 2 weeks away from my flight, going from Sydney to LA to Pittsburgh for like the 6-7 time or whatever time I've been over there. And I got my good mates, Bubba and Shano. What's happening, fellas? We are so close to the draft.
Less than 16 days. I'm very nervous.
Why?
And the reason why I am nervous is it's just going to be here. It's just going to be so chaotic trying to get a whole bunch of stuff done during that week, because I don't know what to we don't know what to talk about anymore because we're so discombobulated on what we're talking about in Steelers. And I'm afraid Gene's going to pop in somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a bit like that. How are you, Shane? How are you doing?
I'm good. Bubba's still trying to wrap his head around how the podcast ninja Gene popped into our.
I have no idea.
Yeah. It's like the Royal Rumble countdown again when we did that show a couple of weeks or months ago. 10, 9. Was that? I don't know when that was. Months ago, whatever.
That was like a Hollywood Squares.
Yeah, that was the most I think people I've ever had on the podcast was 9. That was insane. That was a lot of people. Mm-hmm. But yeah, fellas, we are getting to it. We're almost there. It's April, so my time's changed again. So we lost our daylight savings, so we gained an hour. Lost. I don't know what we did. So we did something. One of the hours, something happened, and then I'm now back to my 9 a.m., which is your 7 p.m. So it always changes. I'm getting ready to go over. I got a few more days. I think I got about in the next 12 days. I think I work 11 or something like that, and then I fly away 2 days after.
I fly away. I fly away.
Yeah, fly away again. I think I've been to Pittsburgh. This will be my 6th time going to Pittsburgg. That's crazy.
Just same amount of championships as trips, baby.
Yeah, 100%. Because I remember the first time I went there, right? I've never been there. It was 2014. And I walked around Pittsburgh, and that first feeling that when you've been following him for a long time, you're like, holy fucking hell, this is awesome, because I've only ever seen Pittsburgh City in games, movies, TV, all that kind of stuff.
Watching a fish called Wanda? What movies?
Nah, or the one the one of the best ones.
Pittsburgh. That's the fish that saved Pittsburgh.
I tell you, one of the best movies that I've seen is that movie called She's Out of My League with the hot foxy blonde
with the messed up toe with the
webbing.
Yeah, okay,
that's filmed in Pittsburgh. And the average guy, and then he gets that. You're thinking, well, the average guy can get it. Definitely I can bloody get it for sure.
Well, after watching that, I would fly, halfway around the world for a wet feet.
He watched that on the plane to get ready to come to Pittsburgh time, because he had to do a lot of, schooling. He had to get educated about the Pittsburgh way, where to go.
That's why half of his passport stuck together.
It's funny too as well, because they got that guy called Stainer in there, right? They go to a Penguins game, and Penn's going really good right now. They're on fire. Mm-hmm. I think Malkin broke a record. Crosby broke a record. They've scored like 15 goals in 2 games. And that's what I like about that movie, because they show you, they actually go to the Penn's Mellon Arena, or whatever they call it now. What was it? The Penn's Pain Arena?
It's PPG. It used to be the Civic Arena. Yeah.
Yeah. So they go there. They show you a game. They also go to, who's that artist in Pittsburgh?
Andy Warhol.
Yeah, they go to the Warhol Museum. I'm pretty sure they go there in one of the thingos. So, and they're also in Pittsburgh Airport. And nothing against the airport, but that's where I lost my luggage. But it is like an old school kind of airport, right? It's nothing too many great.
It's renovated now. You're going to be flying into a brand new airport.
Really?
Brand new.
So the same guys they worked in the airport. I was like, oh yeah, there's more movies too, and more other stuff as well. But when I was there, I was like, oh yeah, that's the film. There was wasn't Batman filmed in Pittsburgh or something?
Yeah. Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah, okay.
So, now I want to ask you, do you recall by chance the first place you ate in Pittsburgh back in 2014? What'd you eat?
Oh, that's a good question. When I very first got in,
the
thing was I got in at nighttime though. I got in like on a Thursday, because I was there for it was after New York. Me and my friend went to New York, and then he went home after the blizzard. So it was 2014. It was a big blizzard from Buffalo. His flight got canceled, so we stayed in the hotel for one night. Then he left. Then I went to Pittsburgh the next day. Right, I was meant to run around New York by myself. Can't remember where I got in, but I remember the first guy that I kind of met was like at 9 o'clock at night. Got in the bus that drove me to my hotel. Just tell me all these Pittsburgh stories and stuff.
Yeah.
Then I drove through the tunnel.
Yep.
And I saw that. I didn't see Franco Harris though, because when I got there at 9 p.m. landed, I was like, oh, I should probably go to my hotel. I don't know, couldn't find Franco. I've only ever seen him once, by the way, with the statue. But what did I eat? I don't know what I ate. I probably went the next day. I think I went to Primati's the next day. Yeah, I would have had to. I can't remember exactly. I know I drank a lot of beer down South Side.
Ooh.
So were you in the bar asking girls if they had web feet?
No, I went to Mario's and stuff like that, even though I'm not sure if that's there anymore.
It's not. That's what sucks. Like all these cool bars and stuff are not the same anymore, and they change hands.
Well,
and got different.
The outside was heaps different because I was also 26 when I was in 2014, right? And then I went back in there in 2019.
20. So 2019, you went home at 12 o'clock. So the first time in 2014, you went home at 4 o'clock in the morning. Yeah.
Yeah. I also felt like it was a little bit safer too, like before the COVID stuff, before that kind of stuff. Things just felt, better. I don't know. As you guys know, we're living there and stuff. But I don't know. Maybe Primati's, I think, because everyone kept telling me I have to eat it. And I will say it. It's good, but it's not great.
But
you have to go to,
is it really
the original place? The original place is
it's
so
good.
Much better. All these other it's like a photocopy of a photocopy.
Mm-hmm.
It's not
like I don't mind a sandwich with chips and having a drink. Like I don't mind that at all. But I don't think but it is oversold because tourists come in to try it, right?
Yeah.
I think the original place is cool because you actually, that little old lady can remember your.
I went there. I went to that one.
Yeah, she can remember your order without even writing it down. Like she knows.
Yeah,
and
that did feel like Pittsburgh Yinza. When I walked in and it's like, rah, 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 and I was like, what? What'd you say? Couldn't understand her.
Did you put hot sauce? Did you put hot sauce on a sandwich?
I don't know because I still get. This is the whole thing. Listen, when I go to the Pittsburgh like food stuff. My idea of a sausage is different to your idea of sausage. Like it's like flat. You have like flat. Like barbecue.
Okay.
Is that right? Isn't like sausage meat for you guys like a beef?
You can
patty?
there's breakfast sausage that comes flat, and then there's sausage links that are thick.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So when we have like sausage on our barbecue, we think of sausage links, like the ones where it goes through the tube and it's all kind of messy and shit.
No, I'm thinking of sausage over here. It's a sausage. You put it on a big hoagie bun. You put your peppers, your onions, like thick.
So it's flat, like a beef patty.
It's like no, it's sausage.
Okay.
It's thick.
Gotcha. Because I was in the
that's all I'm gonna get into it. It's just thick.
I was in the Primati's menu when I first got there. I couldn't really read the menu. I was like, what? I didn't really know what I want in terms of American stuff. I don't understand what's what. So I just got the normal, maybe the Roethlisberger one. Or something.
You couldn't read the menu because
it's English. How the hell?
No,
there's no abbreviation.
You guys have like peppers, which is like fucking capsicum for us. You guys have sausage, which I think is like German sausage, what we have on the barbecue.
Yeah.
Brussels.
And sometimes like you'll be like something with cheese, and then it doesn't say it's coming with meat. It just says cheese, but does that mean it's just cheese, or does that mean it's coming with meat as well? You
had me into that last statement, but I'll
no, but like. There are some things that it would tell you it's this and that is the type of sandwich, right? Whatever it is. And I don't know if it's coming with meat, but it's automatically assumed it comes with meat. Anyways.
Speaking of sausages, fucking Gene just showed me like
shut up, Corey. We don't need your help.
I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that?
Shut up, Corey.
That's sausage.
That's real sausage. That's right. Yeah,
yes.
That's what I think. So when I'm thinking like I don't want a fucking sausage for breakfast, I want I don't know what I'm getting. Anyways, Lloyd here must be Australian because he said he can't. You guys know what a bunning snag is?
Yeah, Lloyd, you and Ozzy too. Jesus, criminy, they're all over the place.
No, well, hold time out. Time out.
You know what it is or no?
No, that's why I'm saying time out.
Oh, okay.
Okay, can't beat a bunning snag like a snap like. Is it potatoes?
No. What do you think, Shane?
some sort of sausage sandwich.
Yeah. How'd you figure that out?
Hey, Bubba, I've been working on Rosetta Stone. It has an English to Australian translation.
Okay.
I've been doing 2 hours every night.
How'd you figure that out? So, okay.
I just told you.
Okay. So the Bunnings snag is Bunnings is a like, what do you guys have over there? No. Like Mitre 10 or something? Like your hardware store. You know where Hank Hill goes?
Like like Lowe's or
yeah.
Aces Hardware. Aces.
Yeah. So that's the same thing. So Bunnings have pretty much every time you go there to buy, or the tradies go there, whoever goes there to buy pot plants. There's a little sausage sandwich store outside.
Yeah,
and it's like It's like $5.
So they sell sausage sandwiches at your hardware stores over in Australia.
Yeah.
So over here, they give you back in the day. Remember Shane when Hills would give you the cherry Slurpee and the popcorn.
I want a Bunnings snag and a half pound of wood screws, please.
Yes. So when you're either going in. Most times, I think people get it when they're coming there, when they finish shopping, right? You finish shopping and you get one before you go home. Sometimes you might get there and it's your lunchtime. You scoff one down, have a snag, and then you go and buy all the wood. You know?
Christine has a dirty mind.
No, well, that too, but I don't know.
It's true.
I don't know.
Corey from Melbourne knows because he's from Melbourne, from Australia, so he'll back me up.
Yeah.
Definitely like I don't know if do you guys do that with Home Depot? Do you like have like
there's a little food cart, there's a little trailer outside of the one in Butler, and I just got like a hot dog and sauerkraut with April last week. So
same thing.
Indiana, nothing. Indiana has a plaza. They have the Chinese buffet to the one side, and then they have the Subway and ice cream place hooked up. And that's where I got that ice cream. I got a banana split, and the poor kid didn't know how to make a banana split, which was $8, mind you.
So I'll tell you as well. I have no idea why we call it snag.
I don't
know. I think I just looked it up. It's got something to do with the British influence or butcher, where the sausage, butcher slang where the sausage skin gets tangled and snagged. I
know, teacher.
Mm-hmm. Yes, please, Shane down front.
Okay. Well, there's hooks in a butcher shop, and the sausages are on links, and they hang it up on the snag.
Possibly, yeah, could be right. So that's why we call it a snag. A snag. Here's one for you too. Before we get to some Steelers talk, but it's pretty funny.
Okay.
Basically, a sausage inside of a folded slice of white bread. Here's a big topic of conversation: do you use one bit of bread or two when you're having a snag?
I've never had a snag, so
never had one either.
Rolls. We use hard rolls.
We use hoagie rolls.
But I'll tell you, boys, you stick your sausage where you need to. If it takes 2 pieces of bread, so be it. Just as long as it gets there.
Because I remember too when I was with Shane, me and Shane went to the fucking the biggest mall in America, whatever it's called, right? And we went to the place where they chop the food up in front of you, the hoagie stand or whatever.
Yeah, Charlie's.
Yeah, we don't have shit like that. We don't have anything like that here.
Yeah.
Oh, it
was a mall food court. It wasn't very fancy.
To me, it was because I was like, "Oh my goodness!"
Because Shane, they don't have food at the mall courts at the malls over in Australia. They have them. Everything's at the hardware store.
Yeah. No, because when I got there, that's the same thing. I can't. It's very tough. Like I try and read the menu. I'm like, do I want a combo 1, combo 2? What comes with it? You know, it's very tough. Like a funny story, right? My best mate, we were in some place in a what do you guys call your Target? Walmart. A Walmart in like Texas somewhere or some shit like that. Somewhere in New Orleans. I don't know where we were. Somewhere like that. We walked into the Subway, and the lady behind the counter said, "Would you like this toasted or fresh?" And he says, "Fresh." And she goes, "Huh?" Meaning that no one ever says fresh. They always say toasted. So she didn't know what to do with it. She was just like, "What do you mean? Like it's always toasted." But then why would you offer? Why would you offer the toasted? Because she just goes, "Oh no, do you want it toasted?" And he goes, "No." And then she goes, and just put cold meat on the bread. She didn't even heat the meat up into the
my God, that's terrible.
Yeah.
I always get my stuff non-toasted because I want my sandwich very quickly.
Yeah, true. But he was getting like chicken that's like need to be heated up, and she didn't heat it up. She just put the cold
That's
chicken on
terrible.
there straight away.
Oof.
And I was like, oh, that's weird. And also, when you're in Subway, could you guys call them like green peppers and yellow peppers and that kind of stuff? Right? If I walk into a fucking Subway and I say, "Oh, can I get capsicum?"
I'll just fucking say peppers. Can I have some peppers on my sandwich? It doesn't matter if they're green or yellow.
God
or
darn it, these
red.
Americans are using adjectives to
Fucking
describe
just
their
peppers.
peppers.
They're just fucking peppers.
But
You just
if I say, because I said capsicum one time when I was in New York, right? And the Sheila was like, "Huh?"
right.
And I was like, "Oh, that's right. It's peppers or
Capsaicin
whatever."
is
You know,
the-
It's just
It's
regular
pepper spray.
peppers. Like you're
Yeah, so
not
we
going to
don't-
have the guy from fucking Subway fucking picking out green peppers just to put on your sandwich. They're all in a container, and then you're like, I like to have some peppers. Or like when I do it, I tell them just run it through the garden, because running through the garden, that means it's going to be all vegetation on the
That
hoagie.
means it has chicken shit, it has
Oh, okay.
earthworms, it has
Yeah.
everything your garden would have.
right. Anyways, I can't wait. I can't wait to meet everyone, to see you fellas again.
Well,
because
wait a second. What time are you flying in? What time are you arriving?
like 4 p.m. or something like that. I think 3 p.m.
Oh,
4
okay.
p.m.
So you'll be
Yeah.
like
I'll
you'll
be
go
toasted
to bed at like
by that time.
9.
Yeah, I'll be done. We'll go to Big Dick's again. What did we went to that store?
It's Dick's, not Big Dick's. It's Dick's. Big Dick's is another store.
Yeah.
Big Dick's is another store close to
Oh.
the airport.
Fucking hell. That was so much fun. Like walking around that because I'm walking around like the mall, and it reminds me of like all the TV shows, and Shane's just like, dude, it's a mall. I'm like,
This
look how
this
cool
mall
it
is pretty nice. It's still alive. Most malls are dead.
Yep.
And it has a brand new Dick's that's 3 levels.
Yeah.
And they have
That's
a
why it's
basketball
big.
court. They have a driving range. They also have a place you can test your golf swing, all that stuff, and any kind of helmet you can think of. They have everything there.
Oh, so many. It was insane. Isn't that also where the film was the movie was filmed, Dawn of the Dead or something?
That was at the
Century.
mall that's about 20 miles from there that is going to get torn
okay.
down. Yeah.
Century 3.
Right.
It looks
Oh, it's
like
already torn down. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's
that was
bad.
Century 3. It's torn down.
Yeah, right. Because see, there's a lot of Pittsburgh history and all that kind of stuff. No, I'm looking very brand new Dicks. Love it. What up, JJ? Thank you, mate, again for the for being a member of 14 months as well. Thank you. But I'm looking forward to it, fellas, to meeting you guys again, because the disconnect is that's why I want you guys to come to Australia. And when
just
you do,
watching you order some fucking food for fucking 3 days is going to be entertaining.
I got
Maybe
one
you
more kid to
ordered
put
food-
through school, and then after that, I'll be traveling.
yeah, but you guys have to vlog or do videos or something like that and meet Aussies, because it'd be a funny time. It'd be
I
so
still want
funny
to go to
see
the
you fellas
Outback, out to the bars, out to
Yeah.
the Outback.
out in the sticks.
Yep.
Sticks.
You know, a
Um,
segment we should do on the off season. Like you just go out to eat like you usually do,
Mhm.
breakfast, lunch, whatever. And then you run into a random Australian and we'll have something and they'll try to identify it, see if they can figure out what it is.
Like food, or you mean like a
It could be food, it could be, I don't
Anything.
know, anything that would make an Australian's mind just melt.
from like a American perspective?
Yeah, like show them like a American breakfast or something like that, or
What's the difference between
French
American
fries
breakfast
on
and an
salad.
Australian breakfast?
Um,
So an Australian breakfast doesn't
difference.
have scrambled eggs. They don't have poached
No, we
eggs. They
got
don't have
scrambled eggs. I think the big difference is we don't do coffee the way you guys do coffee. Like
How do
in
you do
the
coffee?
we
I
just
don't
order
drink
one.
coffee.
You just order one coffee.
No,
That's
our
it.
coffees are like that big.
And they keep coming around. They keep filling you up.
Yeah.
You know.
You
We don't
put
do
sugar?
that kind
You
of
put
stuff.
sugar in your coffee? Creamer?
Yeah, I have one. Like when I went to
Oh.
that place, DeLuca's, it was awesome because. Oh, by the way, that was also filmed in another movie too. I can't remember which one.
That's probably
But-
the one that made the porno.
Is that
Was
where
it
we
Mike?
went to Lucas? Trying to
Mike-
think of
No,
the
no,
name.
no.
Isn't
No.
that one that Seth Rogen movie where they made the Mike and Nero make a porno or
Fucking-
something?
Yeah, that was in
Vegas-
Pittsburgh.
Vegas is right. A 95-hour flight to Australia. It's fucking far. No, it wasn't that one. DeLuca's is like down in Pittsburgh, and it was one of those. Jack Ryan is like the name of the movie, and it was a certain part, and he walks in, and then there's a waiter and stuff. One of the waiters told me, she was like, "Oh, I was in a movie." I was like, "Oh, sweet." I was like,
Oh,
"Which one?"
wow.
But no, I think the difference is, coffee's different. I think you guys nail your like bad foods in terms of like, for your health.
Do you guys drink Kool-Aid over there? Kool-Aid?
Yeah. Okay. But we call it, all right. We call it cordial.
What?
Cordial. How do I spell that? Oh, fuck.
It's cool. Fuck. So over there, the commercials don't have the dude breaking through to the other side.
Nah.
Like, hey, it's Kool-Aid. No, you don't have that over there?
Yeah, we call it this. Cordial.
Never fucking.
I don't know why we call it that.
That's fucking terrible.
Yeah, same thing, right? It's green and orange, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah. We never call it Kool-Aid. Could you imagine Australians call it Kool-Aid? That's two words. Cordial is one.
Because it's cool and it's an aid. Kool-Aid.
Yeah, there's no rationale behind Kool-Aid. Kool-Aid's even spelled goofy.
Yeah, no, we don't do that.
I don't drink it. I'm just saying.
Okay.
I wish I did.
But yeah, I'd say like the breakfast. Yeah, I think like your eggs are great. The beef's good, all that kind of stuff. I like having the pancakes mixed all together, bacon, that kind of stuff. It's all pretty normal. But your waiters and waitresses are different as well because they're nicer because they kind of have to be, I guess, for the tip, right?
So the Australian waitresses and waiters don't
give a shit. Fucking eggs.
Here's your shit smacked in the head.
You want another thing of coffee? Go buy it, jackass.
Get the hell out of here.
We don't have some chicken snitties. We just have fucking eggs.
Throwing plates at you and shit. Get out of here, you American piece of garbage.
Here's one big difference that we do in the bars, though. You guys have perfected, and I mean perfected, the sit-up bar. When you're a traveler, like on your own bar, like me,
This sounds get crazy. What the fuck? Sit-up bar, like you're doing sit-ups? What?
No. Well, that'd probably be a good bar too. No, you guys, you sit at the bar and you have your drink and hey waiter, pour me a drink and whatever, and then you have a conversation with the person to your left or to your right. Now it's hard with phones and shit because people don't want to engage all the time. That's fine. But in Australia, we don't do that. You get your bar and you go back to your table.
Oh, no one sits up there.
Nobody sits at the big boys' table. They have to go back to the little table. That's crazy.
Ooh, that's crazy.
Yep.
So they don't have seating around your bars in Australia?
Nope, not the traditional ones. None.
God,
the only ones you'd see that is maybe in a country pub, possibly. And also like an American themed bar. Most of the bars in Australia are pretty much walk up, serve, walk away.
Would they know what to do? Like, it's probably empty at an American themed bar because no one's going to sit there because they just don't feel comfortable.
Yeah, I sit there sometimes, but some of them are like we have one of those what that Fridays. What do you guys like? Fridays?
TGI Fridays, yeah.
Yeah. So I have one of those, right? But they really fucked it up. To watch sports, the TV's up here, above your head, and you can't see.
Oh my God,
so
Jesus
you're like
Christ.
that, and you're like,
I'd be so fucking pissed. Like, like you're drinking. I can't even fucking put my neck up to watch.
Yeah, the layout of this bar that's near my area is so stupid because they tried to do the American theme, sit at the bar, but they put the TVs too close to the person watching. And when you look up, it's like that. Who wants that?
Yeah.
Nobody. I like to sit at a bar. I like to see the TV like right there. Boom. Like now it all depends. Now I'll go to a table. But years and years and years, you couldn't have me I wouldn't sit at a table. If I didn't get a bar seat, fuck you, I'm fucked off. Like I'm leaving. Not leaving, but I'm just angry.
Do you guys know what a drop bear is?
When bears get down, they walk and they drop and they roll. What? I don't know.
There's been an ongoing joke for many years, and it's a hard one to sell. But Australians have been trying to sell to Americans that we have drop bears that are in trees. That they hang around in trees, and if you walk under a tree, they drop on you.
A real bear.
Yeah, real bear.
Koalas, probably.
Yeah, kind of like koalas. But the joke is that doesn't even happen. We just try and convince you guys that it happens, but it doesn't happen. I've said this story numerous times, but I actually convinced these two girls in Pittsburgh that we fed sharks in the Darling Harbour.
Well, they're gullible.
Yeah.
Yes.
And by the way, that was a great night. Love that night. Memories of that night. That was so maybe they played into it as well, where they probably thought I was bullshitting and they played the game, which is fun. And I convinced them that we did it at 3 p.m. every day. So there's a whole crew of people. You go down there and feed the great white sharks.
Just putting it putting your hand over the thing.
I have not been to Nashville, but I would. I've been to Memphis. but I haven't been in Nashville because I would want to go to the music scene there.
Graceland, baby.
Nah, not a fan of that, but
Oh,
I would.
okay.
I want to go to the music scene. Isn't there a big fucking
Yes, yeah, there is. Yeah,
big music stuff?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
Austin is pretty much as lively as Nashville nowadays.
I just want to go to Graceland.
Yeah. Alrighty, fellas, that was our 25 minutes of last week's show.
Recap.
Continued.
Wow.
Now let's get into it. What do you guys want to see out of the draft? What's the big thing? What do you want to see, Bubba, in terms
Here we
of
go.
Omar Khan and the 12 picks? What do you want to see?
I'm very scared because I've been talking about this for 3 weeks now. We have to have the guard on the left side and the tackle on the left side. Those guys are not up to par, and that makes us the weak link on that line. I've read and seen a lot of stuff that we were going to draft that guard from Penn State, but I feel that somebody in our division or somebody in it is going to take him before we get that pick. Do they trade up for him? I don't know. There's plenty of receivers, and I just don't know what they're going to do because this is not the Tomlin era anymore. So I don't know what they're going to pick. But me personally, I would like to have an offensive guard unless we can get a receiver there that is spectacular, that could outperform everything we've ever wanted in many years. But I don't know. But we have a lot of picks. We could do a lot of stuff.
So build up the O-line and guard. I
Yes.
think I'm coming around to that. A few weeks ago when we had no receiver, I was against that. But I think I'm coming around to it. What do you want to see, Shano, from the draft, like overall?
Well, I'll tell you what. I was looking at some of the numbers, and they've had two quarterbacks visit in March.
Mm-hmm.
They've had 3 receivers visit, which I would think there would be more receivers visiting the Steelers facility. Offensive linemen, there was only 3. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then defense, they've had about 6 or 7 guys visit that are defensive prospects. So just based off the numbers, I think they're really going to, try to draft some defensive linemen, and they've had 3 linebackers, a couple cornerbacks come. So, but you'd think the receiver. So I want receiver, but you just had Jeff Caldwell from Cincinnati, Kendrick Law from Kentucky, and Denzel Boston come out, and he just came out today.
Right.
So I don't know. It just and 2 quarterbacks came out to visit, but Jiminy Christmas, I don't know. What I want is definitely just a big splash wide receiver, or maybe a stud offensive tackle or offensive guard.
Yeah, fair point. What I want to see from Omar Khan is I want him to be aggressive. I've been thinking about this stuff. I think the Steelers need to be aggressive in their picks. They have 12. If they want a player who is there at number 10 or number 11, number 12, use them. Use the picks for this year, use them for next year. And if they do what Bubba is saying, build up the offensive line from the left-hand side. The middle to right-hand side is pretty good in terms of right guard. McCormack, he's going pretty well at his position. Faatani's doing very well at right tackle. Frazier doing very, very well. So that's fine. If they go with Spencer Anderson for a swing guard or swing tackle again this year, if Jones comes back to health and he does very well, but if you do go and get the guard, fantastic. Rodgers has 1 year, build through that, then you drop in Will Howard or whoever. They need to get aggressive on that at that point, I think. And Omar Khan has 12 fucking picks. You don't need 12 players.
No,
you need 7 to 8 players. There was a good comment. Yeah, good comment from Lloyd. He says, I want to see us make 8 picks, quality over quantity, trade up in the second and back in 110%. They got to move these picks around. And I don't even know the players. What the game plan to me is be aggressive and use those 12 picks to turn into 8 or 7 players that can get you to win playoff games this year and fucking win a championship in 2 years' time. I'm trying to be positive, but I understand what Yinzers are going through now. Maybe I'm turning on full Yinzer, but it is pretty frustrating.
No.
Oh, yeah. So it's damn sausages, No, I don't know, fellas. They can't. There's pressure on them. I think there's pressure from a city standpoint to get the draft to be consistent and to actually work with the amount of people coming in. There's pressure on Omar Khan. I think Mike McCarthy's first draft, and they need to do something where it's a splash play to get a good receiver, to get a fantastic player at that certain position to make splash plays. They have to do this. They need to nail it. They need to win the offseason and then fucking come out balling and taking control of the division. How many times in years past did we see the Steelers control the division and Big Ben in 2008 and have all these TDs and we would win the AFC North 12-4? They need that mentality again, and it all starts with, I think, by using those 12 picks to trade up and get that player. If that is said player who's number 11 on their board, if it's that, I don't know, if it's Downs or if it's a middle linebacker or if it's that guard, fucking send it. That's what I want to see.
I just think that they have to show everybody up. I just think Omar Khan's got something in his sleeve where he might make a trade of somebody we don't even know and might trade somebody to another team and get us more picks for next year or something like that, because they haven't finalized a couple people's contracts. I don't know nothing about the negotiation stuff, but this is not your typical Steelers team that stops negotiating. They're still negotiating all the time. So back in the day, they would stop. So I think somebody might get traded. I hope it's not. I just hope it's not anybody, but if we can get somebody that gives us gets us up in the trade, in the draft, that's fine. There's a lot of receivers, but we still need 2 more receivers to add to that 6 receivers, and we have to get them in the draft because they're not signing anybody else, because they got to sign somebody that we know, and they're going to have to pay him because he's holding the Steelers organization hostage.
I think they will sign. I think they will sign 2 receivers. The thing why I'm getting a little bit sick of it now is I saw a video of Lamar Jackson running, right? And the NFL said, "Oh my goodness, look out for Lamar Jackson in year 9." It's been year fucking 9. The guy hasn't done anything in the playoffs yet. Hasn't won anything. They're getting ready for him. The overall hype up over the Ravens and the Cincinnati Bengals each and every year because they have their guy or they have this team, and the Steelers don't have that. I want to see that at least if they build the offensive line and they go and get Rodgers and they are a competent team or an aggressive team. I want to see the days of like that when you are. And maybe it was a Tomlin thing where Tomlin played his cards to his chest, and maybe Mike McCarthy comes down here, and if we're winning 21-3 in the 4th quarter, keep fucking going. Don't stop. Right. I want to see that. And to me, it all starts with the draft. Omar Khan's got to be aggressive. Move up and get Bubba's guy. I just looked him up, 6'4". They call him Vega because he's got a really long name or whatever, but he's the left guard. That guy would be bruising. He'll be
starting. We need a couple guys in this draft that are actually impact starters or that could help in some kind of way help this team out.
Yeah, they draft production, not potential. I mean, you can't just this isn't a lottery scratch off. This has to pay off, guys.
Right.
That's a fair point. ESPN didn't hype up Steelers during the Big Ben's prime.
ESPN hates us. ESPN hates the Steelers unless the Steelers are doing something negative in the limelight of ESPN's football realm. And if the Steelers players are doing something negative or controversy, then we get some press. We don't get any good press. We don't get good press when we were steamrolling over the oppositions for many, many years when we had Big Ben and before when we were, first Ben's 5 years when we were beating the shit out of people. They didn't even comment on it. So we never get press. Never.
Here's a good question too. A statement from Christine. Do you think Rooney gets booed in Pittsburgh if he comes out?
Ooh, I like that. Yes.
Yeah.
I think you might just cause.
Yep.
They even if there's a pick being made or not, they might boo him because I think some of the fan base, maybe majority, wants him to move on to his son. Damn.
If he was smart, he would just stay in the war room and not come out to the podium and let other people make the pick or whatever, not say nothing. Be in the war room with McCarthy, or just let Just let McCarthy pick who he wants, because that would be
Steelers hot dog do it. Let the Steelers hot dog do it. He's looking for work.
There you go.
Because nothing against Art Rooney II. However, an observation is since he took over time, I believe, as the main guy in charge, they haven't done anything in playoffs. It's just observation. So the Yinzer fans are getting frustrated. And that's why I think they need to make splash moves. They need to go and use their 12 picks. Like, I don't think it wouldn't be smart, right, fellas? Would you agree? You wouldn't use 12 picks to get 12 picks, would you?
No.
Or you'd move up, right?
No, but you could get 10 or you can get 9. If they can get some
9
some
would
players,
be perfect.
If they can get some players, like they're going to have to get some inside linebackers, because this Patrick Queen stuff, like we don't know what's going on. We got to get some people for second tier depth. We still need a nose tackle. They need to move people around. You know, maybe Graham's going to change his defense and maybe let TJ Watt move around a little bit or something. Try to make him the defensive exploding guy who causes a lot of problems for offenses. Yeah, just let him go crazy. But I mean, you can't have TJ Watt sitting on the sidelines in crucial downs. You just can't have it.
This has to be and obviously it could be a thing with Tomlin, like I said. Love Tomlin as a coach. You guys all know that. However, it could be a big difference. It could be a difference between the schematic and schemes. I know some fans are very upset about that Benton gets used at tackle because he's not big enough for tackle, I believe, and they want to move him to the edge or whatever, and they want to put YA Black there or someone else. I'm pretty sure. There was this idea of trading for Dexter Lawrence, which would cost you a fortune. The New York Giants guy wants out. Everybody, sexy Dexy, big fucking bloke. Now that to me would be insane to do it. But what a great move!
But maybe the Steelers. You got to remember the Steelers and the Giants they have family members on both sides of the team, and also John Harbaugh fucking the Ravens. We're gonna trade our guy to the Steelers. Hey, there we go.
Is there something to that? Because I saw them getting traded, and of course, Pittsburgh. If they made a move like, I don't know, maybe they sent him a first or something like that. I don't know. Would that be a big play to tell the NFL we're ready to compete? I think it would.
Yeah.
And I think if Lawrence, Cameron Haywood,
fuck you to the Ravens, and our defensive line would be just, you know what I mean? Just our run defense would be crazy. You got to remember, people, the Ravens are not the Jim Harbaugh Ravens of yesteryear. It's a whole new team, and I still think there's no unity and there's no function with the Ravens. I think the Ravens suck. I know they're great players and whatever. I'm not an NFL player. I hate the Ravens, but I think without Harbaugh, even though he was doing stuff, whatever, who knows? I don't know.
I actually think the Giants could be a good team this year, to be honest. I think that Harbaugh, even though he's as a Ravens coach, didn't like him, but I think he's a good coach and football coach. And it was either going to be, to me, it was going to be Harbaugh or Lamar Jackson. And I think they chose Lamar Jackson because he's a talented player.
I think they messed up.
100%. There's no guarantees the Ravens are going to be like the Ravens. Even the Ravens of old aren't now. You know, we've beaten them like 10 times in a row or so, some shit. Like they got us in the playoffs, sure. Well, we've beaten like 10 times out of 12 or whatever it may be. The Ravens aren't the old school Ravens with Terrell Sykes and those guys. The Ravens could be a brand new team that we could squash the Ratbirds like big time. So fellas, would you g'day Pepper. Would you bring in Lawrence for a big trade if it was like a 1 and a 2 or something like that?
I don't know.
I'd say 2.
Is it too much trade?
Not a number one. Not a number one. I'm tired. I don't want to trade number 1 picks. But I would do a number 2.
Yeah, I don't know what the Giants want.
Yeah, I don't know either. But they have a family. They have a family picnic. You know what I mean? So before the draft, they probably have the Martha family and the Rooney family. They're probably having a picnic, and they're probably like, whoever's bringing some apple
pass
dumplings.
Pass the potato salad. And by the way, can we get that sexy Dexy?
Yep. Yeah. Maybe they trade a player. Maybe they trade a player and a draft pick for this guy. Who knows? I don't know.
Never know.
What do I know? I don't know anything. I mean, I assume and just give my hypothesis, I don't know. I don't know the logistics of his contract.
Mark has to pop off for a second, but I'll tell you what. I think I looked at a bunch of multiple draft scenarios, and like Sports Illustrated has Steelers taking Caden Proctor, okay, and the second round getting Chris Brazel. PFS mock leans wide receiver Henry for Omar Cooper Jr. Sporting News has the Steelers taking I'll tell you what, Pepper's not going to like this, but maybe quarterback Ty Simpson from Alabama.
I don't see that happening. I don't see that.
And the second round taking Emmanuel Pregnon from he's a guard from Oregon.
But everything I have seen and everything I've read is that guard from Most of the 60-70% is the guard from Penn State, or
Sharp Football Analysis
receiver.
envisions that Penn State guard Vega Laone is the plug and play guy at the guard. Yeah.
Well, we don't have the left side. We can't have that left side being inadequate. We have to, but also too, we got a whole bunch of new coaches.
Yep.
And this McCarthy era is a little different. Like, I don't know. Like, I have no idea. In 16 days, we're going to know. We're either going to be cheering or we're going to be shaking our heads.
I would be even happy with, like, say they take the 21 pick and they trade up. They give a third round. We have 2 third-round picks. They give a third-round pick, the 21 pick, to move up to number 11 to get Caleb Downs from Ohio State. Safety. Really good, really athletic guy.
They'd have to give a little bit more to get that.
No, if you gave a third-round pick and your 21st pick to just move up 10 spots, that's a pretty good. That's pretty good.
That's pretty good. And then, but I don't know.
That would be a blockbuster trade. That would be swinging for the fences.
I don't know.
Last time the Steelers had the 11th pick, you know who they picked, Bubba?
They picked Big Ben Roethlisberger.
Big Ben at number 11. So I kind of feel that. That's kind of like, ooh, that's a lucky number for the Steelers.
Well, that was a good quarterback draft, and then some people didn't want to go to places that they were supposed to go. But also too, when we traded up and we got Devin Bush, we got the wrong goddamn Devin, because Tampa Bay got the other one. We should have probably took him, because Devin Bush was a bust.
Do you think, Mark, that swinging for the fences and trading your third-round pick and your 21st pick in the first round, trading up to the 11th pick to get Caleb Downs from Ohio State, who's an awesome safety?
Yeah, they need to do something, I think, like that.
Yep.
You know, there's Deshaun Elliott's coming back from his injury. They tried. Now, depending where Jalen Ramsey plays, like if he plays safety again or if he plays cornerback in that role, they need to make a big play. And also, these guys aren't getting any younger as well. They're 28, 29. So Steelers got to stop mucking around and use those 12, because that's what they've been doing. They've been building more or less for this moment. Maybe there would have been a chance they could have used these picks to get a quarterback. That's not going to happen. They're going to use all the picks. They're not doing that. But maybe they put themselves in the position to get a guy like Downs or that linebacker or whoever, or these big players that are in these positions, or that guard or whoever in these certain spots, to go, okay, we move up to get that. You know, they're getting Sexy Dexy would be crazy, but they just have to make something where they want to win now mentality for this year. You know,
they got 5 picks. So 5 picks from Shane put up there on the chat. They got, okay, so the 1 and 2 with 2 third-round picks, they might trade that up. So if we get 3 picks out of that 5, if they trade somebody, I will take 3 picks in the first 5 picks as starters or an asset to the Steelers in 2026.
Yeah, they're going to make a move somehow, some way. I think they will. It's Pittsburgh. That's what I'm saying. To me, there's pressure on the team. There's pressure on the Rooneys, or as always, there's pressure on Omar Khan, Mike McCarthy, but also from a draft sense and in a city sense, there's pressure on the city.
They got to get over. They got to get over this non-playoff.
All eyes on you. You know, so
they can't muck up. They can't muck up this draft in Pittsburgh. So every draft pick is going to be concise, and they're going to put a lot of patience and a lot of work on what picks and positions that they want. Now, if they make this blockbuster trade in the first round and move up and get some, once they do that, that person's starting anyway. Even if we get the guard from Penn State, somebody in that position's 1 is going to be an automatic starter anyway, because we don't see that in Pittsburgh as of late as we have in years prior.
Yeah. The way I kind of see it now too, you guys in agreement that the Steelers won't take receiver in first round now because they got Pittman Jr.? Or is there something that
I don't know.
You think they will?
I think with the 21st pick, you could take a receiver, but there's a lot of good receivers. I don't think they'll take one in the first round. I don't know.
They could. Okay. It all depends on what receiver is there and what receiver can make an impact and what receiver they can have in a couple years. Because I read stuff which I don't know who these people are writing stuff. They were looking, they could try to trade DK Metcalf. I mean,
Nah,
this
it's
is
not
all crazy
happening.
shit. I know it's not.
happening.
I
What?
know
Go
it's
from
not.
I'm not doing receiver number 2 again next year.
I'm not either. But I mean,
Oh.
if they can get out of that contract because they got. I read an article where they spent all this money on, the dude from Tampa Bay, getting him as a corner, and they're not. We have no idea what kind of money is putting on the table for the guy behind the center.
All right, then. Okay, let's go through some positions for the first round. We'll stick on the first round. Are you guys in agreement that Steelers won't take quarterback?
I don't think they will. Quarterback.
No, I don't think so either. Even with Rodgers or without, I don't think they will.
Right.
To be honest.
Nope.
Receiver, we're like 50-50 on. Running back, they won't do running back, right?
No.
They won't do tight ends. That won't happen.
No.
So it's offensive line, center, they're good.
Right.
Right guard, right tackle, good. So it really is trading up for left tackle or left guard.
A guard is very likely that they'd trade up for a guy that they like. Caden Proctor might fall to 21. He might be taken earlier, but the Steelers are really, really big on him. So,
okay. So maybe on the offense, really, it's only going to be receiver and guard or left tackle, possibly.
I think the last guard they picked in the draft was Faneca.
And what a guard he was too.
Yes.
All right. Let's do the same on the defensive side, which I think to really is more open. But I'll start here first. Outside linebacker, they're not taking first round, right?
Yeah,
no,
too many off. Defensive line.
I don't know. Like Darrell Jackson isn't projected to be in the first round. He came to visit today, so I don't know.
So maybe that's not happening there.
I'll say 40-60.
Okay. I don't know the guys who are there. What about the cornerback position? Well, they got 2 corners already.
Yeah, they had a couple kids come in to visit, but I mean, they're not
this
top
year.
10 talent,
We've tried cornerback as well with Artie Burns years ago. Got burnt with that as well, right?
Terrible.
What about then? They then have really left is safety and linebacker, which are big issues.
Safety, I could see them swinging for the fences and trying to get some talent.
Okay.
Unless they sweeten the pot and try to get an inside linebacker, the 1 or 2 inside linebackers that are on that draft board, and they try to get them and they sweeten the pot and work a magical deal to have a great inside linebacker, because we do not.
No, I think there could be a possibility that Queen, I don't know if he gets traded or not, but there could be an upgrade for Queen. I think that Wilson is still learning, and they're not going to get rid of Wilson. I don't think, Peyton Wilson. But Queen's on the edge of the last year or whatever it may be. So in reality, then to me, the first round really comes down to if we get shocked and they take a quarterback, which I don't think will happen, left tackle, left guard, which Bubba's been talking about. Then you have receiver, which could be a 50-50. And then you have safety or middle linebacker, which they may trade up and make moves, or they do that and they trade up from the 3rd and 4th picks to move up and to get more second rounders. They just got to improve the team, I think, in those areas. And I think safety and middle linebacker, big keys to the team, but yeah, it's going to be, I don't think this year, it's like the other years. We kind of thought Kenny Pickett was going to be it. Kind of thought Najee Harris was going to be it, right? This year,
it's all up in the air.
Don't know.
Najee's still a free agent. So he got injured, but
Tyron says here, receiver, guard, nose tackle could be a possibility.
Yeah, there you go. I like that, Tyron.
Or guard, receiver, nose tackle.
It's that combination. But if you get all 3 of those positions in the first 3, if you get them out of the first 5 picks, that's still pretty good.
Yeah, definitely. All right, fellas, we're coming near the end of the show. It was really good. Sorry, I had to pop off for a bit. I heard something outside. It was one of my neighbors. I don't know what's going on over there.
Domestics. They were bitching about sausages.
Yeah, it was one of those yells. You're thinking something might have happened that I'm not meant to know about, but you need to figure it out.
Now they probably put peppers on their sandwiches.
I hope they're okay, because there was quite a big loud yell, which isn't good. Alrighty. So Christine says, I do miss a Najee 100%.
Well, Mark, it wasn't a shark, was it? Or a drop bear?
No drop bears.
Maybe a koala was in koala was dropping, hanging out, or maybe a kangaroo just knocked on the door, punched the old guy in the old face.
You know, the kangaroos used to deliver the mail back in the 70s.
Skippy. Everybody talks about Skippy.
No, they didn't deliver the mail. All righty, fellas. Anything else you want out of this draft? I just want Omar Khan to nail it and be aggressive. What do you guys want?
A successful draft where, some of the draft class 3 years from now is still, or 4 years from now is still playing with Pittsburgh, because that means it wasn't a successful draft in my eyes, because some of these draft classes are already gone from Pittsburgh and it wasn't a good. And that's just a waste. And I don't know what the scouts do. We got to get these picks and we got to make them right, because we got to get over the hump, because we're missing that one key component. And that one key component, besides the offensive guard and tackle, which we didn't need a tackle if Broderick Jones wouldn't have, that guy wouldn't have hurt him or whatever, even though he, we still use him, is the guy behind the center still. And that is a key component. And it shouldn't take this long. And it's sad because we're giving him all this time, but honestly too, if by Wednesday night, when you guys are doing your thing and Aaron Rodgers hasn't signed something when they go into the draft, that's just bullshit.
He better not take over the show of the draft. I think he should sign before.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. It's interesting you say, because the last draft class, I think that's all gone, is Kevin Colbert's one, which was Kenny Pickett, George Pickens, DeMarvin Leal, Calvin Austin, Connor Haywood, Mike Robinson, Chris Oladukin, all gone.
Terrible.
Not one pick. But I also found it very funny that he was allowed to draft our last draft class and he left 2 months later. I've never heard that in the history of jobs in life. How can you fucking do something and you leave the next week?
I've never done that.
It's like pooping on your desk before you lock the door.
Yeah.
That was Rooney. That was Rooney saying, hey, just let him do it. And not standing up and like, thank you, Kevin, for your service. Thank you. But Omar's going to come in and do his thing right now. And because
to give Omar Khan credit, Broderick Jones has a neck injury, so he may bounce back. Can't write him off. Joe Porter, very successful one in 2023, cornerback. Keanu Benton doing his thing. Dana Washington, an absolute steal. Nick Herbig will probably lose him next year if they don't offer him a contract and get rid of Highsmith. Corey Trice, injury bug, but then Spencer Anderson filled in. That's 2023 for
that's pretty good.
Omar Khan.
That's pretty good. And last year's class was good too. So with Jack Sawyer and stuff. So I mean, it all depends. He should have. And could you imagine if Omar Khan got the opportunity instead of Kevin to make that draft class? What Steelers we could have drafted out of that, and maybe we wouldn't have been the predicament that we're in right now. So I'm going to blame Rooney on that. Even
so, Troy Fautano's been a successful draft and got Zach Frazier back-to-back O-lineman. So maybe they should. Maybe they're really good at picking O-lineman. Jones can still come back from his injury. It's a really bad injury. They got Roman Wilson, which I think he's got to do something. He's got to catch.
He's better. Balls. Well, that's him and Caleb Johnson are two mysteries. So those two players right there could make or break the Steelers, because then there's two picks that they just ruined, or they could be successful and be contributing Steelers on this year's 2026 team to get us to the playoffs.
So when you look back at it, they had Troy Fautano, Zach Frazier, and Mason McCormack, all offensive linemen, now starters. Crazy.
Very young on that
and
side.
That's what you want to do, right? Build for the O-line. And then last year we had
well, you want to build it in the trenches. You want to build it in the trenches, and then you get these skilled players later on, or sign them from free agents or later draft picks. You can get some good players. There's a lot of good players in 4th, 5th, 6th, rounds.
Maybe Omar Khan is the key. What do you think, Shano? He's definitely had some more successful picks than what Kevin Colbert has.
Oh yeah, he's doing a hell. In Khan we trust, and I always think of the Wrath of Khan, the old Star Trek movie. But Khan. But no, for the draft, what I want to see everybody's smiling face at the Ben Franklin tap room, at least for a day.
That's right. We're getting it very soon. Ben Franklin's tap room and grill from the 23rd on the Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
Please email me so I can give the bar manager enough people. So and I'll put it
and your size. Another reason to be let Bubba know, what size are you?
Oh, for the t-shirt.
Yeah.
I got a few shirts, so it's first come, first serve.
Yeah, that should be a good time. Well, I'm looking forward to coming over and having a good laugh and a yarn and a beer. And also seeing names on the screen. I don't know who the fuck they are. You know,
Yep.
this
Name,
person
face
from
to the name. That'd be fantastic.
when you see the college players get drafted, you're like, I don't know who they are, but we signed him. He's ours. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, the Steelers have done pretty well over the last few years drafting, I think, certain players for the future, and they got offensive line guys. I think maybe Kevin Colbert kind of stuffed it up near the end. Kenny Pickett reach.
He should have never done that. He's like the guy who already put in. He's the guy that already's retiring. He already's checked out. Why the fuck would you have him do anything? Just say, hey, buddy, here's your fucking plaque. Yeah. Here's your plaque. Get the fuck out.
Yeah, so make sure you send an email to Bubba to let us know if you are coming to the Benjamin Franklin's Tap Room and Grill. Definitely look that up on Google if you don't know where it is too. Just turn up, have a few laughs and good time. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be great, and
we're gonna eat real American sandwiches.
Yeah,
American way.
None of these snags.
No, and it'll be on a hoagie bun if we do have some sausages.
Yeah, I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. I'm looking forward to one thing. One thing before we go is we don't do refills like you guys do refills for the soft drink.
What do you charge? Well, keep making money.
Yeah, you keep like if I buy a Coke or a cola, I just have to buy another one that's at like $4 again. You guys keep bringing around filling up.
No, because over here the pop out of the gun is like 3 cents, so it makes so much. Yeah, so it's like 3 cents.
So but I think you guys, because it's all involved in the experience of going to the cafe/restaurant, right? You get free refills, and you pay the tip, whatever. We don't have free refills here. You just keep buying Coke.
Wow, you Australians are fucking hardcore. I didn't know that. God damn.
So if you wanted like a Coke, you get a can of Coke, or you get a soft drink, schooner of Coke, right? And then if you finish it, you either like go thirsty or get a water, or you have to buy another one.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. All right, fellas, let's get out of here. I think we have Do we have one more show till I'm flying over? Fuck, dude, is that right?
Fuck, dude.
Yeah, that's right.
15 next time it won't be 15, 16 days. It'll be crazy.
So next week's our last show, and then I'll be in. I guess we'll do a show with Shano. I'll be sitting where Shano is.
I think we can set that up. I'll get the lighting and everything. You can sit across from me, and we'll just. It'll be like Sean Ryan's. We'll have the camera, and it'll get both of us.
So the 14th for you guys is next week, and then the 21st is I'll be there sometime. Yeah, I'll be there. Fucking oath. It's come around so quick. It really is so much fun. It's unreal.
She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. She'll be coming around the mountain. She'll be coming around the mountain. She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. Thank you.
All right, no worries. Koalas when she comes. No, sorry.
All right, let's get out of here. Thank you, Bubba and Shane. Thank you, chat. And tomorrow night, the Steelers Dynasty podcast 101st show.
101st show. We have to talk about inside linebackers and coaches because somebody hacked into our system, and that's what he demanded. So
fair enough.
Yep,
all right. See you guys later. Thanks, Bob. Thanks, Shane. See you.